Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review, and today we've got this review of this beer. This is a Vocation. It's called a Breakfast Club 2.0. It's the second version of it, and it's a breakfast stout. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see the words breakfast stout, I think, has this got egg and bacon and beans in it? Sausage, maybe? No. So this is more like you can see from the picture, this is more like an American breakfast, waffles and blueberries. So, this has been in my fridge a while. Wanted to get round to drinking this. So let's give it a try, shall we? Obviously, it's a stout. It's coming in at 6.9%, and this I got from Tesco's, and it was £3. So let's get it out of the can and into the glass, shall we? Wow, I mean, you can see it's pouring pretty thickly there. Pretty thick. Nice little one finger tan head there. Jet black. You know, there's no getting through that. I'm seeing if there's any other colours I can see in there, but to me that looks just pretty much black all over. So let's get some smell, shall we? Some aroma. Yeah, I mean, you can get those dark malts that you get in a stout. You can obviously smell those. But there's a slight sweetness undertone in there, and a little bit of coffee and tiny little bits of chocolate. I'm trying to see if I can really smell the sort of blueberries, so not obvious. Blueberries are not obvious, but anyway, you can see there that the head is almost sort of almost disappeared now. It's still jet black, so let's try it. Cheers, everyone. It's got a sort of, I wouldn't say it was thin, but it was probably a medium sort of body. There's a sweetness there, and I think that's the sweetness you get with the fruit, opposed to it's a real sort of fruit taste, sort of that blueberry sort of taste there. Obviously, it's waffle as well, so I don't know if that would make it feel a little bit more sort of thick. It's got a medium level carbonation in there. It's quite soft, but I'm really trying to find where it sort of differentiates itself from a normal sort of stout. I'm getting the sort of the very sort of dark malted roast on there. Level of carbonation. You get that slight sort of carbonation that sort of moves it around your mouth, but there's a subtle sweetness there of blueberries. You can definitely know that there's a fruit in there, red, obviously a dark berry fruit in there, but I'm not getting any of the sort of waffle. I'm not getting vanilla or anything like that. It's quite. Again, I'm not a massive fan of stouts. I still haven't really got into them, but this one doesn't really jump out. This one's supposed to be a thicker version of the first version. There is that little bit more body within this stout, but it's strange when you've got all that body, but then you've got you've got a reasonable level of sort of carbonation and fizz in there, and that doesn't seem to work really well for me. Yeah, I mean, if you like stouts, it's not too bad, but for me, it just doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so let's get some scores in, shall we, for the Vocation. I'll hold the can up again. It's a Vocation breakfast stout, no eggs and bacon in this. This is a waffle and blueberry. It says it's thicker and fruitier than ever. I don't think it was that thick. I don't know what the first one was like, but I wouldn't say it was overly thick. So let's get the scores in, shall we? Okay, the scores are in for the Vocation Breakfast Club 2. So, starting off with aroma. Quite nice. The maltiness there that you would expect from a stout, is obviously quite strong. But there's no sort of real bitterness in the aromas. And you get that slight subtleness of the blueberry. I'm not really smelling any sort of waffle, or like I would expect a more vanilla-y sort of smell. So I'm giving that 11 out of 20 for aroma. Appearance, well, it's jet black. It's pretty black. You've got pretty much no head there at all. Reasonable medium body. It's not overly thick, but it's not really thin and weedy. So I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 for appearance. Flavour, to be honest, out of the stouts I've had, it's probably the best one. It's not overly, you don't get that overly sort of licorice sort of taste, which really sort of puts me off, and the bitterness. It's quite smooth on the palate. You got that sort of very subtle, but still noticeable sort of fruitiness about it. Obviously red, blueberries, blue dark berry sort of flavours. So you get that. So not too bad, but I'm giving it a 29 out of 40 for flavour. Value for money, it's £3, 440ml can. For a stout, something like this, you can be paying all kinds of. I've seen lots of stouts that are quite expensive. I mean, it's 6.9%, it's not the most high strength, but 7 out of 10, I think, value, sort of somewhere there. And overall experience, well, let me have another little sip. Just as stouts go, it's not too bad. I'm still, I admit, stouts are not really for me. I'm not really feeling them. But in terms of the stouts that I've tried, it's probably one of the better ones. But I'm giving it 11 out of 20. So we top those scores up, and the total score is actually a 64 out of 100. So it's a Bon Jovi of beers. I mean, I can't see John Bon Jovi really drinking a dark stout, breakfast stout. But, it's still Bon Jovi beer, mid range. I think if you like stouts, then I would give it a go, because it certainly feels not too bad. I'm just having a quick look there. Chocolate malts, the chocolate. I'm actually, the thing with stouts. When you drink a beer, you drink an IPA or a lager or a pale ale, something like that. You're sort of drinking it, and it's refreshing, and you want to drink more, and it's a bit more sessionable than a stout. A stout is really the end of a sort of evening sort of drink, and you sit and savour it. And to be honest, as I'm sitting here drinking it now, and as I can sort of taste it there, this taste still lingers on it, in the mouth. It's getting better. I think it's actually I am tasting a little bit of that chocolate maltiness now, and that sort of vanilla and that sort of sweetness. So I think if you like stouts, give it a go. It's not too bad. It's not like an imperial stout, not really, really strong. Give it a go. So that's my review. Vocation Breakfast Club Stout, and it's available from Tesco's for £3. So until the next review, keep on rocking.